Somebody to Love or I'll Never Love Again. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and in this installment of Versus, we're pitting Bohemian Rhapsody against A Star Is Born. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Both of these 2018 musical dramas have left a mark at award shows and the box office. But if you had to choose one to see before the Oscars, which should be higher on your watch list? Let's find out. Round 1. Music. Queen easily ranks among the most iconic rock bands ever, while Freddie Mercury is the very definition of frontman. So naturally, Bohemian Rhapsody has no shortage of immortal music to work with.
I want to give the audience a song that they can perform.
What's the lyric?
Songs like We Will Rock You, Another One Bites the Dust, and Under Pressure are all well integrated into the narrative and capture the sensation of attending a concert. Speaking of which, the Live Aid finale is marvelously constructed, passionately performed, and ends the film on the highest note possible.
We're all legends.
Above all else, this biopic demonstrates how Queen forever changed rock, mixing various genres to create a sound that was practically operatic.
Hiya. Jesus, how many more Galileos do you want?
One more.
One more. Again.
A Star Is Born is primarily comprised of original tunes, most of which were co-written by Lady Gaga. The film's most celebrated song is the Golden Globe-winning Shallow, a stirring duet that finds Ally and Jackson diving into the deep end of love.
Crash through the surface where they can't hurt us. We're far from the shallow now.
Throughout the story, the music cleverly transitions from country to pop, signifying the growing distance between our leads.
I don't wanna be the other thing.
Always Remember Us This Way will leave you feeling on top of the world, while I'll Never Love Again will leave your heart in pieces.
Won't let the sun light in. Oh, I'll never love again.
The fact that many scenes were shot at actual concerts with live audiences contributes to the authentic performances. Both movies have pitch-perfect soundtracks and even inspired sing-along versions, but it's hard to top Queen's greatest hits. While the songs in A Star Is Born have carved out a special place in pop culture, Queen impacted the music medium in more ways than one. That impact is certainly felt in Bohemian Rhapsody, making it this round's champion. Winner, Bohemian Rhapsody. Round 2. Story. Bohemian Rhapsody chronicles the career of Queen, but its factual accuracy has been called into question. Some subplots are backed up by facts, like Mary Austin's lifelong dedication to Mercury. In typical music biopic fashion, though, the screenplay fabricates a couple of major plot points, such as the band breaking up and Mercury knowing about his HIV diagnosis before Live Aid. That being said, these changes make sense from a storytelling perspective and add to the drama without necessarily betraying the band's spirit. Considering how enigmatic Mercury was, you could argue it's actually fitting that this dramatization embraces both the real life and the fantasy. A Star Is Born is based on the 1937 classic, which was previously remade in 1954 and again in 1976. Being the third official remake, you'd think there'd be nothing left to do with this tale of love, fame, and tragedy. Thanks to Bradley Cooper's stunning direction, a spellbinding soundtrack, and captivating chemistry between our leads, however, it feels like we're watching this story for the first time.
Almost every single person that I've come in contact with in the music industry has told me that my nose is too big and that I won't make it.
Your nose is too big.
Yeah.
Your nose is beautiful.
The screenplay, which Cooper crafted with Eric Roth and Will Fetters, maintains the timelessness of its predecessors while also bringing a modern sensibility to the narrative, making this the most well-told version of A Star Is Born yet.
All you got is you and what you want to say to people, and they are listening right now, and they're not going to be listening forever, trust me.
Although both Bohemian Rhapsody and A Star Is Born touch upon familiar tropes about superstardom, they present their narratives in a fresh and gripping fashion. Between the two, A Star Is Born had a more uphill battle since we've already seen the story 3 times.
But don't worry, I won't tell anybody. But but I'm not very good at keeping secrets.
The film overcame these narrative obstacles, which is reason to declare it this round's winner. Winner, A Star is Born. Round 3, lead performances. After Sacha Baron Cohen left Bohemian Rhapsody, Rami Malek was enlisted to play Freddie Mercury.
He came in and I was like, wow, this is Freddie. And he wasn't just acting, it was something that came natural to him.
Although Malek is an acclaimed actor, this casting choice threw some for a loop, seeing as how he's best known for playing the emotionally detached Elliot on Mr. Robot.
You're different than most. You at least try. You at least understand.
Malek completely transformed himself for the role, however, channeling the late musician's charisma, passion, and distinctive accent to a T.
Rami has just disappeared entirely. The way he moves and talks is so Freddie that it's completely magical.
All right!
The actor did receive some backup during the film's singing portions, using a mix of his own voice, Mercury's recordings, and a sound-alike named Mark Martel. Yet, Malek's Golden Globe-winning performance is so commanding and enthralling that it never comes off as mere lip-syncing. The casting for A Star is Born also had many people skeptical at first. As if making his directorial debut wasn't daunting enough, Bradley Cooper needed to prove he had the singing chops to convincingly play a famous country singer.
Just watching you become a musician, it's been a pleasure.
I remember thinking you were always a musician.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, well, all I gotta do is tell you to practice.
While we all know that Lady Gaga can sing, her previous acting gigs had some critics convinced that she wouldn't be able to tackle such a heavy role. Regardless, Cooper and Gaga wound up making beautiful music together, emerging as possibly the most recognizable screen couple of 2018.
I need to stick with you.
Their work here is nothing short of transcendent, redefining Cooper as a filmmaker and Gaga as an actress. Through their spellbinding performances, Malek, Cooper, and Gaga all made audiences see them in new lights. Given their backgrounds, however, Cooper and Gaga took the most risks, making their performances the most impressive in the end.
What's that?
Are you okay? Are you okay?
I'm great.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm great.
Plus, A Star is Born has the advantage of possessing 2 captivating leads, whereas Bohemian Rhapsody only has 1. Winner, A Star is Born. Round 4, supporting players. Rami Malek takes center stage in Bohemian Rhapsody, but this is far from a one-man show.
Roger, there's only room in this band for one hysterical queen.
The film wouldn't be complete without the effective supporting work from Gwilym Lee as Brian May, Ben Hardy as Roger Taylor, and Joe Mazzello as John Deacon. The dynamics these men share make Queen feel less like a band and more like a family.
You're the outcasts right at the back of the room. We're pretty sure they don't belong either. We belong to them.
Lucy Boynton is just as crucial to the film's success as Mary Austin, whose relationship with Freddie is equal parts poignant, heartbreaking, and fascinating. An unrecognizable Mike Myers is also ingeniously cast as a fictional EMI executive who criticizes Bohemian Rhapsody for being too long. While A Star is Born belongs to Gaga and Cooper, the supporting cast does provide greater insight into their characters. Known for being a raunchy comedian, Andrew Dice Clay shows off a softer side as Allie's father, who wants to see his daughter's talents flourish.
A guy like that invites you to a show?
Dad, don't start with me.
It could be a great opportunity.
Don't start!
Listen, does he know you sing at all? Did he hear anything from you?
Dave Chappelle also stretches his dramatic muscles as Jackson's childhood friend, taking the famous musician back to his humble roots.
That video with the girl.
Yeah.
It made me happy, man. You look like you.
Sam Elliott is especially powerful as Jackson's older brother, who fears the sibling he's loved like a son will drink himself into an early grave.
What did you think? That I was gonna take care of it? While I'm cradling your ass all over the goddamn world.
They all earn their places in the movie, even if some of them come and go. It's a close call, but you couldn't make a movie about Freddie Mercury without the rest of Queen. As great as the supporting cast in A Star is Born might be, it's the leads who do most of the heavy lifting. That's another point for Bohemian Rhapsody. Winner, Bohemian Rhapsody. Round 5, critical and audience reception. Despite winning the Golden Globe for Best Picture Drama, Bohemian Rhapsody has a Rotten Tomatoes score of only 62%. While that's still technically fresh, it's surprisingly low for a film that's performed so well elsewhere. It's possible that some negative reviews were also influenced by the controversy surrounding director Bryan Singer. Of course, we can also see where various critics are coming from when they claim the film is formulaic and could have offered a more complete portrayal of Mercury's sexuality. With a 90% positive audience score, however, mainstream moviegoers clearly don't agree with these criticisms. Ever since it premiered at the Venice Film Festival, critics have been going gaga for A Star is Born, amounting to a 90% positive score on Rotten Tomatoes.
There's people who need to hear what you have to say, musically. It's not normal stuff. It's really amazing what you're doing. I think you have it all.
The masses generally fell in love with the film as well, sharing the same praise of its direction, music, and performances.
People want to hear what you have to say. That's the stuff right there.
I can't.
Hey, take it in.
When you compare its audience score to Bohemian Rhapsody's, though, A Star is Born is actually 9% lower at 81% positive. So, where the critics favor one film by a wide margin, audiences seem to gravitate towards the other, albeit only slightly. Either way, A Star is Born has love on both sides. Like the song it shares a title with, Bohemian Rhapsody might have received a mixed reception from critics upon release, but that hasn't stopped it from amassing a legion of fans. A Star is Born, meanwhile, was a critical favorite and a crowd pleaser right out of the gate. While the receptions towards both of these films may change over time, A Star is Born seems to have a more universal appeal. With box office success and plenty of accolades to go around, these two movies are both far from being losers. There can only be one champion here, however, and A Star is Born comes out on top with a final score of 3-2.
No, you got it.
Oh, gosh! Oh, that's incredible.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Winner, A Star is Born.
Hey,
What?
I just want to take another look at you.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.